next guest is a country music legend and familiar face here on RFD-TV. Best known for his time in the Statler Brothers, the Country Music Hall of Fame inductee is now back with new music. He's releasing a new album, a book, and a TV special, which you can catch right here on RFD-TV this Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So welcome to the studio. We're so happy to have you here, none other than Jimmy Fortune.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. It's so good to be with you.
I tell you what, you have been busy. My goodness, we've got the book I want to hold up for everybody to see right here.
Hard to believe that book's finally done. We started about 8 years ago, working on a little bit at a time, you know.
Yeah.
But there's over 100 years of stories in that book.
And it really starts with your mother's interest in music, right?
Right. Well, my mother was born in 1921, and her mother passed away, and she was 2 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
And so she was raised by a lady who came from, of all places, Nashville, Tennessee. She came to Nelson County, Virginia, in the middle of nowhere, to teach in a one-room school. And she felt like God spoke to her and said, go help my grandfather raise this little girl and 2 other siblings. And so her name was Mrs. Grills.
Oh, wow.
And she went in to help my mama and to help my grandfather and taught my mama about how important reading the Bible was and praying. And so that's really where our story began, because that one woman changed the course of our whole family.
That true generational faith.
And it's still going on right today, you know, with all the things that have happened in that book, and those stories are in there. All the, my childhood growing up in Nelson County, Virginia. You're talking about a rural area. It was definitely a rural area. And so it was just a lot of great stories growing up with 9 kids, you know, 4 brothers and 4 sisters, mom and dad. And then how I started playing music when I was about 12 years old, and my daddy showed me 3 chords and on a guitar, and that's where it all started.
Amazing.
And then going out and started playing the high school dances and PTA meetings and things like that, and going back to the old square dances when I used to go with my father and sit there with him and in the back, and they'd just give me an old guitar as a kid, and I'd plunk on it, you know, and just kind of where it all started and then where it all led to. Of course, eventually being with the Statler Brothers in 1982. Yeah. And all that story's in there. And they're long stories, although it doesn't look like it because it's a small book, but there's a lot in there.
You packed a lot into it, that's for sure. I also want to talk about the new music here as well. And I know a lot of heart and soul went into this. And I love the fact that Ricky Skaggs and his beautiful wife Sharon are involved in the project too. Tell us more about that.
Well, we decided to do this CD and DVD all at the same time. We wanted to do it all and put it all down at the same time. No, we didn't want to go back and do any overdubbing or anything like that. So Ricky offered up his studio, his newly renovated studio, which is beautiful, up in Hendersonville. And we all went in there with Ricky and Sharon doing the interview portion of it and being there with us. And Ricky actually played on some of it with me too. And we had Mike Rogers, we had Ben Isaacs, Janae Flainer, Jeff Taylor, Sidney Perry.
The best of the best.
Stewie French playing guitar, and we're all sitting in a circle. And we put the mics up and set the cameras, and we put the audio and video down all at the same time, told stories.
You did it the old school way,
right? The old school way,
I love
it. And it's just really a warm feeling. And we wanted to put it all out at the same time because it's all tied together.
Right. And so does the DVD, does it kind of document the whole process, the making of?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. And it's just we teamed up with the Gaither organization a few years back, and they've been so good to us to let us kind of have free will at what we want. They'll call up and say, hey, what do you want to do next?
You gotta love that.
And so we've done a lot of my projects, and we've done the Brothers of the Heart projects with Ben Isaacs, Mike Rogers, and Bradley Walker, and those have gone over really well as well. And so, you know, with the freedom that he gives me on the creativity of my music, it's really been a good thing for me, and hopefully a good thing for them too, I guess. So he sure has helped me out a lot. Not just me, but he helps a lot of other people along the way.
I love that. Such a great guy. Well, the TV special is airing. It's premiering this Friday right here on RFD-TV. What do you hope that viewers take away when they watch the special, read the book, listen to the music?
Well, I hope they see a young man who had dreams but never thought those dreams would ever come true. You just dream, you know, and you just do what you do because you love it.
Right.
And then these things that happen along the way, stay true to yourself, and I think God looks out for you in the long run. I know He does, because there's so many God things in this book, that you keep your nose to the grindstone, try to do the right thing, and try to do the right thing every day of your life, and eventually you'll look back and say, hey, I see why God had me here.
Yeah.
And so I have a purpose. My purpose is to bring positivity and hope to people, that even though certain things are, you know, over in your life, at some point you can start something new, and you can always, with God's help, pursue something else and follow your heart.
Absolutely. The value and perspective of being able to look back and see God in the details and all the doors that opened and the dreams that came true for you.
He has opened a lot of doors for me, and so you're looking at a very blessed and thankful person here.
Absolutely.
I promise you that.
Well, I'm so glad you decided to share it with everyone, and we look forward to seeing the special. Thank you so much. Country Music Hall of Fame inductee Jimmy Fortune. We sure do appreciate you being here with us. Again, you can catch his TV special right here on RFD-TV this Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern.